Being trustworthy and reliable are some of the most important traits in a human being. And when it comes to Islam and its teachings, every teaching is given to us as a trust. And in the face of that teaching, we either prove and establish our trustworthiness or otherwise. So Umar radiallahu anhu used to focus on this concept, and he would connect everything to being trustworthy in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala above everything else. If a person is trustworthy with the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will also be trustworthy with other duties and responsibilities imparted to them. This is why once he wrote to all his governors and said that inna ahamma amrikum indi as-salah. The most important of your duties, the most important of your responsibilities to me is salah. Man hafidhaha wa hafidha alayha hafidha dinahu. A person who guards it and protects it. In other words, they do not allow that duty to be compromised in any way. They are praying it diligently, on time, in the way that they're supposed to. A person who can do that will end up preserving the rest of their deen. وَمَنْ ضَيَّعَهَا فَهُوَ لِمَا سِوَاهَا أَضِيعَ. A person who lays their salat to waste, in other words, compromises it in some way, either in its regularity or punctuality in timings or in diligence. A person who compromises their salat is even more likely to compromise other duties and responsibilities. Umar radiallahu anhu is writing this to people that he has given very important tasks, great duties and responsibilities relating to the affairs of the Muslim world. And he brings it all back to how diligent are they in their salat. So by focusing on salat and increasing the quality of salat, a person is increasing their trustworthiness in the sight of Allah, because their sense of accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is greater. And matters of the state are also matters of accountability and responsibility. A person has to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about these responsibilities before anything else. So by guarding and safeguarding, protecting and not compromising the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we build within ourselves a character of responsibility. And a person who can fulfill those responsibilities that are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not take us to account right away. He postpones the account until the day of judgment. But the awareness of this keeps a person focused and diligent on their duties, knowing that Allah is watching me and that's enough. This person is likely to deal with their other responsibilities in the same way. That whether someone is watching me or not, whether someone is holding me to account or not, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me and He will hold me to account. So I need to have that in mind first. I need to focus on that. And a person who has this tendency to be aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be watchful of how am I going to give an account for this action or this responsibility, they're going to do everything with all of their energy, with all of their diligence. They're not going to slack off. They're not going to be negligent. They're not going to take things for granted, and they will never try to take advantage of that situation for personal gain. So Umar radiallahu anhu connects trustworthiness in salat to trustworthiness in all other duties and responsibilities.